So I'm gonna do something I've never done before. I'm gonna take a shower.
You stink. Why don't you go take a shower?
All right, so full disclosure, obviously, yes, I have showered before, just never while I've been out overlanding, car camping, whatever you want to call it, because I haven't pulled the trigger on a hot shower system yet. But Camplux reached out to me and they said, Roger, try one of our propane hot water heater systems. And I said, send it on over and let's see how it works. So I'm gonna get it set up for the first time and let's see how it does. So we've got the Camplux tankless water heater system right here in this handy dandy bag that it comes with. We've got propane and we've got water for the shower. Obviously you don't need filter water. I just have this Lifesaver jerry can full right now, so I'm just going to use that. So let's get the bag open and take a look at what's inside. So first is the stand for the tankless water heater system. I'll show you how that works in a second. I'm just going to put that down for now. We have obviously the actual tankless heater unit. We've got a propane hose for it, and it's nice that they use a quick disconnect on the unit end. Put that aside. We have a power cord for the water pump, which I'll grab in a sec here. And it's a cigarette lighter adapter plug, so I'm going to power this off of my Blue Eddy power station, but you could do it off your vehicle as well if you wanted to. You've got two hoses here, blue and red. The color should be pretty obvious on what they do. The blue one is the water inlet with the water pump attached on it. Got a quick disconnect on the unit end and then just an open hose, so you could put it into like that jerry can that I'm about to use, or a bucket, whatever you prefer. And then the hot water end, which is also a quick disconnect on the unit. And then the shower head, which has an on-off switch and a couple different spray settings on the side there. So I'm going to put that down also. So let me get the main unit on the stand. Put the bag aside for now. And I've already attached all these fittings at home just to make sure everything works. And then I've already put D batteries in the bottom here. And the D batteries are just to fire the igniters that heat the water for you to get it hot. And how that works, which you'll see when I use it, is basically as long as the water pump is running, it'll ignite and start the flame inside that heats up the water. As soon as the water pump stops working, that's when it shuts off the flame, which is pretty cool. So it's pretty much instant hot water, as long as the water temp isn't like crazy freezing cold. I've got the thumb screws down here because these thumb screws are gonna hold the stand to the unit. So it's pretty easy. You just line up the hole and tighten it on down. And there we go. Now it stands up on its own. You can have all the hoses at the bottom there without interfering with the ground. You could also hang the unit if you have somewhere to hang it. I just don't. Or in case you're using it as a more permanent fixture, you can also hang it on a wall right here. So let me get everything hooked up now. So let's start with the hot water. So again, quick disconnect, so super easy. And then the water input and the propane. That's it for the connections on the tankless heater unit. And then let me run the power into my power station that's inside my 4Runner and get the water over here, and my wife's going to be the guinea pig and take the first shower. So the propane's kind of off to the side of the way there. I've got the blue hose going into the water jerry. The pump is now connected to my power station, and that yellow power line for the pump is just like a little Anderson looking plug over here. And that is the on-off switch for it, which we'll do in a second. So everything's hooked up now. So let me turn the pump on. and that's gonna prime the system. And you just heard that fire up, I hope, and it's running. We've got water out here. That turns the system off completely. You just heard the pump shut off. Therefore, that is not breathing fire anymore. That way you can conserve a little bit of water, take like a Navy shower to save on your water supply. On. That fired up. That is running. Off. Fire off, pump off. So it looks like my wife's getting ready to take the shower here. And, you know, we're not going to do anything like too R-rated or X-rated.
Get out of here, you nosy little pervert, or I'm going to slap you silly.
But she's going to try it out, and she'll tell us how she enjoyed a hot shower out in the middle of nowhere. I forgot to show you the different sprayer settings, so let me do that real quick. So that's just your normal, like, whatever you want to call it, rainfall. And then you got a combo and more of like a stream for really rinsing off. Okay, both my wife and I took a shower. She doesn't want to be on camera, so I'm going to respect that. And I'm going to give you her take on it first, which is pros. She likes the fact that she's clean now, feels refreshed, was able to wash out her hair and her, you know, lower parts, which you can't really do with wipes. You can't really like wash your hair with a body wipe or clean your, you know, private areas very well with that. So water definitely did the job there. And she likes the fact that it was, you know, hot water. And same for me. Body wipes just don't really do it for me. Like, they kind of do the job. In a pinch, they work. But if you're able to spray yourself down with water and use actual soap and shampoo, I mean, that's a win-win, right? So we would both definitely use the system again. The cons that we both have are, number one, when you put the hose in whatever container you're using, that hose comes pretty coiled up. So it had a tendency to like want to do its own thing and would pop up out of the surface of the water. So it wasn't sucking in water anymore, which kind of just stops the whole system. That's number one. And then number two, even though there is an adjustment dial for how much heat you want to apply to the water, you can't really control the temperature per se. It's just taking the temperature of the water in your container and heating it up based on how you set that dial. So it doesn't really know like how hot the water is. Like, for example, if you were going to recirculate the water, like spraying the water back into the container as it goes, it's just going to get hotter and hotter and hotter. So it's, I don't want to say difficult to control the temperature. It's just, it's not like you can set it to, I don't know, 115 degrees or whatever and have it just be that. Once again, Camplux did send me this unit. My opinions are always my own. You guys know that. So hopefully they take some of our cons and maybe improve upon the system in the future. But for any of you looking for a tankless hot water solution so that you can shower or wash dishes or whatever while you're at camp, give this one a try. Like, worked great. Gets the water way hotter than I need it to be. I put links below for any of you guys that are interested in picking one of these up. And that's going to do it, guys. So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, destinations don't matter, the journey matters. This is Roger, over and out. And my dog is so curious. Look at her. Like, what is that noise? I don't want to take a bath out here, yet I want to play with whatever's making noise.